Hello, my name is Geogen, and welcome back to Armoured Warfare. Today, I'm looking at the M1 Abrams, the Tier 7 main battle tank, the American main battle tank anyway, in Armoured Warfare. So, this vehicle has a lot of heavy competition in the form of the T-80 and the Challenger 1, alongside the Type 90 and the Leopard 2. So, in my opinion, it doesn't stack up very well in comparison to that of the Challenger 1 in terms of armour. It does have some good features, decent V-range compared to the T-80, a very fast reload on its gun, 5.88 seconds with my setup and cruise skills, etc, etc. The vehicle is not slow, but it isn't fast either. Its traverse is bad, its turret traverse is okay, the armour is decent enough. This is an older game before the replays, but you can see that this BMP-3M has made a catastrophic error. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe he lost connection and he lost control and went straight into our team. We put one shot into him for 400 damage. The gun's output and penetration is similar to that of the Challenger 1, which is interesting because the Challenger has the worst penetration in its class, but it does have a bigger gun. And maybe it does a little bit more damage than that of the M1 Abrams, but it isn't hugely dissimilar. Speaking of a Challenger 1, we spot one over there. He's on the other side of the hill, however, and we've got a slight problem. There's a Challenger on our right flank, the Challenger 1 on the left flank makes an appearance. We go for his cupola because that's the only place we know we're going to penetrate, and of course we only do 150 odd damage. Hardly anything, but we do have a shell ready to go. Aiming, looking for a weakness. Well, we tried. I think I'm trying to aim at the turret ring there, but the M1A1 on our team takes him down. The M1A1 is the Tier 8 variant of this, and it's much more mobile and has a better gun. Centauri 120 has no armour. We reload, but he gets behind cover. Leopard 1 could have shot us in the back there. I was somewhat worried, but he doesn't seem to take the opportunity. We pump a shot into the Centauri, who bounces off our front upper plate, and we pop one of his tyres, but we don't track him as he's not a tracked vehicle. Challenger 1 has got his back to us, we track him, and this is where the M1's gun is very good. You can consistently get shots into drive wheels and such, or the side armour. That guy was reversing at a very flat angle. And we put 3 good shells into him for 1300 damage total, and that's a lot of his hit points, just under half of a fully upgraded Challenger, or rather my Challenger, which has 2960, like many Challenger drivers do. Leopard 2, very poor side armor, he's not really noticed the front. Centauri pops out for a shot, but he doesn't anticipate our reload being better than it actually was. Another Centauri on the west makes an appearance, but he does pull back into cover. I'm more interested in shooting this Leopard's engine, however, and trying to get those critical hits. Unfortunately, we didn't get a critical hit there, but he is backing up quite nicely. And there is what we were talking about. One critical hit, 577 damage into the back of the Leopard. Just looking for the final kill shot, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get it. Now, we did just get shot in the side by an Ariete, or Ariete, which is a Tier 8 Italian MBT. He's on that hill over there. We are not going to penetrate him very easily. I'm looking for the cupola shot, and there you see a brief glimmer of green on the driver's viewport. Ricochet at an angle of 64 degrees, however, at distance was unsurprising. And he just pens our front lower plate. Nope, he penetrates our driver's viewport, which is a very prominent weakness on the M1. He tracks us, hits our side armour, and goes straight through. The side armour is very poor on the M1 Abrams, as well as the rear armour, which is expected, but you can be penetrated at various angles that you wouldn't expect in the side if you're playing an M1 and you're angling it slightly poorly. Now, being in a Tier 8 match, it's quite hard to use your armour effectively, except against Tier 7 opponents. Bounce the Stingray, who tries to make an escape but he gets stuck on the rock. I mean, that's happened to all of us. Myself included. I've taken a shot at something, needed to get out of there, and then got stuck on a rock and died. Many a game has ended like that for me, unfortunately. But regardless, we've conducted 4,400 damage. Just the area Paladin and Challenger 1 left. The Paladin is somewhere in front of us, but I don't think we're going to make contact with him. You just saw a glimmer there of 2 shots going in the side of the tank. But one definitely went into that driver's port. In fact, we do see the Paladin. I forget we did see him. And, well, it's an artillery piece, it doesn't have any armour. 11 hit points makes our total slightly better. And that's pretty much it for this game, I believe. Traveling through water in this game, you can see it's very, 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 very slow. But a total damage of 4,400 in a tier 8 match for the M1 is somewhat surprising for me. I've not really enjoyed playing this vehicle, and I don't really like the M1 series as it stands. There's just things I don't like about them, mainly the side armour and the fact that you get penetrated in the very, very, very obvious driver's hatch, which is centre mounted in the front of the vehicle. But there you go. We'll just take a look at the post-game stats. There you go, 32,000 reputation, 328,000 credits, premium account, events, 4,499 damage done of our own, and 5,100 spotting damage, top on the team. I'm surprised we spotted so many vehicles and did more damage than the tier 8s on our team. But there you go, tell me your thoughts on the M1. Not my favourite vehicle, can be alright, but it has a few poor characteristics about it. Characteristics? Can't say that word. Never mind. I hope you enjoyed regardless, and as always, I've been Geogen, and I'll see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.